I just found out about the internet filter bubble.
Oh no! I guess we have to talk about it now. Welcome, cool teachers. You're now nestled softly in the bosom of Season 2 of the Cool Teacher Show. We'd like to welcome Robin Bernstein, Donna Johnson, and Felipe Vivano into our secret hooded society of cool teachers.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're here now, click that like.
Yes.
And share.
Yes.
And you too could win a cool prize like this one that goes to Kathy Mansell, teacher at Andalusia High School. How cool is that?
That is so, so cool. All right, we're talking about search engines and social networks that personalize the content that we receive. But is that always a good thing? So today we're going to talk about this and suggest ways, really, that your students can break out of the internet filter bubble. That was a little dramatic.
Is that where it's going to...
Yeah.
Okay, Chris, let's start by doing a test to demonstrate the internet filter bubble.
Okay.
Let's each search for the same topic, but use different search engines.
Okay.
So I'll use Google Chrome,
right,
which is a search engine.
Right, and you'll use that in Google.
I'll use it in
so
Google.
So it has access to your cookies and all the pieces of information it's memorized about you.
Oh.
And I'll go in a different direction. I'll use Safari, and I'll use the Yahoo engine, which shouldn't have the same...
algorithms.
Or cookies about me, because it's the information in your internet filter bubble that defines what it shows.
Defines you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to use Chrome and search for BP, British Petroleum. Yep. And here's what comes up. So that's interesting. On the Yahoo search engine, you show the stocks.
The stock is the very first thing, and then their official site. What about you?
I have the official site first, and I don't have any stock information.
Whoa, but you've got like news at the very top that might be actually seen as more negative toward BP. The first whole page that I have is all promotional. It's all, this is what's good about BP. You've actually got, oil leaks with no plans to clean it up. You've got news at the top that's not as favorable to BP.
Even though the stock prices are like very volatile looking, you're right. And look, you've got BP near Houston, Texas.
Yeah, I've got a map of those things.
And I don't have that.
All right, so I think what we're finding here is that it's a great example that we talk about this, really. I mean, it might be a good thing to maybe have that conversation with your students in your classroom before your students start conducting research. I mean, sure, you can talk about the currency, the relevancy, authority, accuracy, purpose. You can talk about all those things, called the CRAP test, by the way.
Yes.
But what about the internet filter bubble? So students probably don't realize that much of the information they receive is filtered specifically for them. Except in my case, where for some reason all the ads show male hair loss
I don't get it. That's
products.
So weird.
That's a mistake, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that is definitely a mistake.
Anyway, but the results of any query might actually confirm your own beliefs. It might show you things that you would expect to see or want to see. As you do a lot of internet searching, there might be some little piece in your profile that makes it more likely for you to see news like that sees BP in a less favorable light.
So students really just see the things that they already believe in. They're not getting a rich opposing view.
Possibly. It depends on how detailed your profile is.
So each person's in their little bubble, just consuming information that they already agree with. So again, that's not a good thing, especially when you want your students to get the whole picture or opposing views.
Right. So the internet filter bubble is a real thing. The internet, which started as an open, free-flowing source of information, is actually changing due to a lot of factors, but one of those pressures is monetization.
Yes, they want to try to sell you things.
Right, so a really smart guy, Eli Pariser, coined a phrase, filter bubble, right? And to create a visual of how we essentially live our lives in this confined universe, right?
Bubble.
His book, you ought to pick it up if you're interested. The Filter Bubble, how new personalized web is changing what we read and think. It's really pretty interesting.
Have you read it?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
I'm waiting for the video game version of it.
Well, and if you don't have time, yes, that's a good idea. It should be interesting too.
I'm waiting for it to be on Netflix. Then I'll watch the book.
Me too, the Netflix. But you can watch the TED Talk video. He has this great video called Beware of Online Filter Bubbles. So that's a good, TED Talk. They're so engaging.
They are so engaging.
I love those
Absolutely.
videos.
So teachers, make sure that your students know about the filter bubble. Maybe do the same activity that we did just to show them that there's a difference in where they get their
really
information.
Surprised.
Yeah, they might. Have your students even pair off and conduct, a search on the same thing, maybe a topic. They can compare the results. They can see what's the same and what's different, and then show them this TED Talk, and really about the importance of being able to access alternate views. Even if you're not interested in looking at those views, don't narrow your visibility to something like that. So.
Yeah, just being aware is the start, but there are some actual steps. Did you know that you can actually take to avoid or lessen or maybe even pop that internet?
Well, tell me all about it.
Oh, is that the bell?
Man, we ran out of time just before I figured out all the good stuff. Right? All right, so thanks for joining us. Stick around after school where we're going to discuss this exact thing, how you can break out of the internet filter bubble. And be sure to like, subscribe, send something in. Give us a topic, a suggestion. And of course, let us know what your goals are for the new school year. We would love to hear from you. Thanks for joining us.